Welcome to part 2 with our question and answer with Dr. Pillai, Jewish and Yogic Power Sounds Decoded. Dr. Pillai, you made an interesting comparison between the yogis and the Jewish people that I didn't fully understand. The Jewish people make up about 2% of the American population, yet they excel and are very prominent in the financial industries, Wall Street, Hollywood, and whereas you look at the yogis, they don't appear to have a presence in these industries at all. Can you elaborate on what it is that these two communities have in common?
Yes, I made the comparison between the Jewish community and the yogi community. It's based on the wisdom tradition to which both communities belonged. When I go to the origins of the community, it's true, as you mentioned, that the Jewish community is still around and you can see their progress in different areas of life, just as you mentioned. But what happened to the yogi community? It kind of disappeared, and then although their descendants can be seen in some of the Brahmin community and who really do excel well in different areas of life, particularly in finance. If you go to India, the civil service, the highest level of civil service, it's called IAS, Indian Administrative Service. They have a large representation from this particular community who are descendants of the yogi community. And to go and talk more about the excellence of the yogis, that somewhat has been preserved. Look at the amazing success of my own first guru, the Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. And he did make a great impact on the world, on the sciences, and also he was able to influence the Beatles and so on and so forth. Prabhupada, who is the founder of this Hare Rama, Hare Krishna movement, and he was extremely powerful. J. Krishnamurti, although not well known, and he is even today well respected as the modern Buddha. Osho was controversial, but still even today respected everywhere in the world. So, although it is not apparent, the yogi community have remnants of it available in the society, because it's basically an intellectual tradition who were bent on making their consciousness or the brain to work at its maximum level. And that contributed to the success of both the communities, the Jewish communities and the yogi communities. In the earlier video, I mentioned about Moses, Solomon, and David, and these are the people who are able to access divine intelligence, which had an impact on their intelligence level, and then that contributed to their excellence. And the lineage still continues.
Also, you mentioned that the Jewish people started off as a spiritual group, which allowed the power sounds to be deeply instilled into the community. That being the case, wouldn't your theory suggest that the rabbis would be more prosperous than the people who are secular?
It's a very interesting question. If spirituality contributed to the success of the Jewish community, why aren't the rabbis not as successful as the secular Jews? Well, it depends on what one is after. The rabbis are not after material wealth. They are after merging with God. So the intelligence took a different turn in the direction of realizing God or being close to God or salvation. That's why they did not put much attention on the material wealth. But what happened with the spiritual, the secular group, is that they did not care as much as the rabbis as far as personal realization or God realization is concerned. So their intelligence took another turn, and that turn is excellence in science, in technology, in finance industry, in politics, and other industries. So it is still intelligence manifesting at different levels. So that is my answer for your question.